The following program was paid for by the Ozark Gateway Tourism Council.
From the majestic scenes of the Ozark Mountains to the lush farmlands at the entrance to this natural wonderland, it's time once again to discover Arkansas's Ozark Gateway region. A weekly look at the people, places, sights, and sounds that make up one of the most scenic, rustic, and unspoiled regions of our great country. Now, here's your host for Discover Arkansas Ozark Gateway region, Doug DeForest and Laura Crowley.
Welcome to Discover Arkansas's Ozark Gateway region. I'm Doug DeForest.
And I'm Laura Crowley.
Laura, here we are. Look around you.
It is beautiful. We are in the historic depot at Pocahontas, Arkansas.
That's right. Now, you've never been to Pocahontas.
I have not.
And you know what? I bet you've never been in a depot.
Not in a very long time.
Not in a very long time?
I've been in a couple of, restored ones, but not like this. This is beautiful.
I'll tell you what, this really brings back memories. My great-grandfather was a depot master for the Frisco line.
Really?
Yeah, maybe he was one of the last ones, I think, before they retired all the depots. And I still remember the mailbags being hung and the telegrapher thing going on. I go over and playing with that and having a great time. Well, today we're going to be with Darrell Thompson.
Yes.
Darrell's going to be our tour guide for the whole day and show us all around Pocahontas, Arkansas. Aren't you excited?
I am excited.
Well, I think what we should do is get this show started and we'll get Darrell in. And folks, we will come right back when we do. Darrell Thompson will be with us right here on Discover Arkansas's Ozark Gateway region.
Now is the time to start planning your vacation getaway and see the sights of the natural state. Visit OzarkGateway.com for your free vacation planner. From relaxing fishing trips and fun on the lake, state parks and historic sites, to exciting festivals, cultural venues and events, museums, caves and caverns, there's something for every member of the family. Visit OzarkGateway.com for your free visitor's guide today. Ozark Gateway, great vacations at affordable prices.
And we're back with Darrell Thompson here at the depot.
Yep.
Kind of a unique name.
It is.
For
That's a
working
very
at the
unique
depot.
name.
It is
Tell
a
us
unique
about.
name.
Tell us how your folks found that name.
Well, it's a German name, of course, and my father's name was Dewey Thompson, and it's a derivative of that. Not a common name. Once you hear the name and become accustomed to it, it's easy to remember these.
It is. I'll never forget the name Darrell.
In Randolph County, we're the only county in the state of Arkansas that has 5 navigable rivers in it.
Really?
There are different makeups of each river.
Can
Some
you
are a little
name
bit
them?
different. We can name them. The Black River, which runs through Pocahontas, adjacent to where we're sitting here today, we'll be seeing quite a bit of it probably today, is the largest river that flows through the county. We have the Shady River, which is a small river, excellent fishing river. Use a lot of kayaks in that river, not a large river at all. But then we have the Current River, which is a fast-moving body of water that comes out of
Missouri.
Out of Missouri.
From
that is
where I'm
correct.
from. Matter of fact,
Exactly.
did you know, Darrell, that it bubbles up right from where I was born?
Fantastic.
Out of the ground.
Beautiful,
A place
beautiful
called
area
Seven
up there.
Springs, yeah.
Seven Springs. Flows through Randolph County, feeds back into the Black River here then. Then we have the 11 Point River, which is running through. It's, again, fast water, excellent fishing,
Great
canoeing, a beautiful river. And then we have the Spring River, which runs on the border of Randolph County also. So we're the only county in Arkansas and in the United States that has 5 navigable rivers that we're able to determine.
But you've got something to talk about here then.
We do have a unique geographical area here. Once you cross the Black River, what we refer to as East Pocahontas then, it is totally flat delta land all the way to the Mississippi River.
Great.
Certainly a row crop farming area. But then once you cross the river going west, then you have the hills of the Ozarks that begins here in Pocahontas then. So we have a higher terrain in that area. So it gives us a diversity of terrain here in Pocahontas then.
Now explain to me on the farming. It's mostly rice here, is that correct?
In the eastern part of the county, we have rice, soybeans, corn, quite a variety of row crops in that area there.
In the old days, did they have tobacco? I mean, not tobacco, cotton here?
Cotton was grown a great deal here. As a matter of fact, just close to our area that we're here at the old depot, there were 2 gins set here at one time there. Of course, the cotton gins have been removed now,
Right.
and as a matter of fact, we have the Confederate Park in that area there, so we'll be joining that also.
We'll be
later.
seeing there.
We'll see that as well. We have the quilt trail here in Pocahontas. We're the only one in the state of Arkansas that has a quilt trail. There are several others in adjoining states. Most of those will take one block of a quilt and photograph it and put it on display. What we have done here with over 100 quilts on our quilt trail, we have taken the entire quilt, photographed it, put it on a billboard-sized banner, and have displayed them on buildings throughout the downtown area, this 16-block historic district here. There are, like I say, on each and every building we'll find several of these quilts throughout this downtown area here as well.
Doug, this place is making me hungry.
I don't blame you. I can't wait for a chocolate malt from an old-time soda fountain. Darrell, this is the oldest pharmacy in the state of Arkansas?
This is the oldest pharmacy in the state of Arkansas. This has been a pharmacy here since 1854. Still very active today, utilized by the citizens of Pocahontas here. We have the old-fashioned fountain here that they still utilize today. We do have a pharmacy in the rear with many gifts and other accessories throughout the pharmacy here.
Well, I can't wait to get our chocolate malt. But before we do, I want to talk to Mark.
Yeah.
Mark Futrell, Futrell. Mark, come on in here, Mark, and tell us a little bit about how this came to be in your family.
Well, I'm a second generation pharmacist. My dad, Phil Futrell, bought it from Rector Johnston back in 1962. He got out of school in 61 and then bought it from him in 1962. And we celebrated 50 years under the Futrell name a couple of years ago. But it's like I said, it's been from that doorpost on has been a pharmacy at this location since back in 1854.
That's an incredible piece of history.
It is.
Yeah, it's nice that your family can be a part of that legend, huh?
And twice in our research, the south side of the block burned. Once in 1908 and again 1930. So what we have, when I restored this, we restored this back to the kind of the Art Deco era of when they put in soda fountains.
Mm-hmm.
So the blue mirrors are original. And if I go back here and hit a light switch, these lights right here are original.
Wow. Truly amazing.
There's a lot of memorabilia that you have back here too that seems like it's the original.
Some of it's
products.
replicas, like from the World of Coke or from other places, but I've worked behind the soda fountain, and it's just growing up, and it's just a piece of nostalgia. We don't make a lot of money on it, but it's fun.
You can't get rid of it.
Now is the time to start planning your vacation getaway and see the sights of the natural state. Visit OzarkGateway.com for your free vacation planner. From relaxing fishing trips and fun on the lake, state parks and historic sites, to exciting festivals, cultural venues and events, museums, caves and caverns, there's something for every member of the family. Visit OzarkGateway.com for your free visitor's guide today. Ozark Gateway, great vacations at affordable prices.
My name is Anna Pfeifler. I'm the park interpreter at Davidsonville Historic State Park, which is where we are now. Davidsonville is located in Randolph County, about 20 minutes southwest of Pocahontas on Highway 166 South. It is located on the site of the historic town of Davidsonville, which was founded in 1815 to be the county seat of Lawrence County, back when Lawrence County was part of Missouri Territory. It served as the county seat for 14 years. In 1829, the county seat was moved, and in 1830, the town was abandoned. During its lifetime, the town was the site of Arkansas's first courthouse, the first post office, the first land office. It was also the very first platted town in Arkansas. Today we have a park that's a little over 300 acres. It was donated to the state in 1957 and opened to the public in 1959. We have a campground here with 24 campsites with hookups. We have one Class A site and the rest are Class B. And then we have some primitive tent camping. We also have Trapper Lake here in the park, which you can fish in, and we rent paddle boats and canoes and kayaks and john boats. We have several hiking trails that go around the lake, go past the Black River. We also have a put-in for the Black River, so you can put your boat in here. We also have two historic cemeteries in the park, the Phillips Reeve Cemetery and the Scott Cemetery, which people can go and look at as well. Well, the year 2015 will mark the 200th anniversary of the founding of the town of Davidsonville, which was founded in 1815. So we're going to be planning a bunch of fun activities throughout the year to celebrate the anniversary, and you can find those on the website arkansasstateparks.com. Go to the online calendar, and it's got all of our events for next year as well as the events we have for this year. They're going to be at the park. And we've got a lot of other things planned, improvements in the park, including a brand new visitor center that we're going to start working on next year. And we're also in the process of building some ghost structures in the town site for the courthouse and one of the private residences, so you can go and actually see what the building would have looked like.
Hi, I'm Bill Carroll, and we're at Shady River Getaway, one of Randolph County's outstanding resorts. Shady River is here on the 11-Point River, about 8 miles west of Pocahontas on Scenic Highway 90. Other resorts here in the county include the James Ranch and Lodges, which is south of us on the 11-Point River. They have lodging, they have a large event center for reunions and so forth, as well as water sports and trail rides and events. Also, in the north central part of Randolph County is Buck Hollow Ranch, 2,200 acres. It has a large elk herd, deer, wild turkeys, a 2,000-acre lake, spring-fed lake with lots of fish in it. Shady River is, well, it's a great place if you enjoy nature or if you enjoy just peaceful, restful time in the woods. You can enjoy the miles of nature trails. Each cabin is provided with an electric cart for doing that, or you can hike. The river here, the 11-Point, is one of the 5 cleanest rivers in America. No urban centers on the river, so that's why. Shady River offers swimming, fishing, boating, canoeing, kayaking, tubing, all those things, picnicking, you name it, right here. Shady River, you can access it online at shadyrivergetaway.com.
We're in Lesmeister Guesthouse, which I suppose would be considered the high end of lodging here in Randolph County. This building was built in 1902. I bought it in 2011 when it had been vacant for several years, and have rehabilitated it to become upscale vacation rental lodging. We also here in the county have everything from motels to a good-sized hotel, and we have several resorts on some of our 5 rivers here in the county. So we have a lot to offer for everyone and their interests. Lesmeister Guesthouse currently has 2 full apartments for rent, each one with a full kitchen with full-size appliances, utility room with washer and dryer, everything somebody would need to stay here from anywhere from a single night up to several weeks. We're currently putting in 3 more suites in the building to ultimately be able to house up to 14 people at a time. Each apartment has room for 4 people, including king-size bed with high thread count linens. The bathrooms have heated floors, jacuzzis, all the amenities anybody might hope for, I would think. And people have had a really good time staying here. We've created the website arkansasguesthouse.com, where people can make online reservations day or night, 24 hours a day, anytime, and they're made in real time. That is, you make the reservation and it's yours right then. You don't have to call and wait for a phone call back about availability. Okay. The guest house is located in the heart of the Pocahontas Historic District, which is 17 blocks of historic buildings, all 100 years or more old, and we have several that are slowly undergoing restoration to return them to their previous glory.
Now is the time to start planning your vacation getaway and see the sights of the natural state. Visit OzarkGateway.com for your free vacation planner. From relaxing fishing trips and fun on the lake, state parks and historic sites, to exciting festivals, cultural venues and events, museums, caves and caverns, there's something for every member of the family. Visit OzarkGateway.com for your free visitor's guide today. Ozark Gateway, great vacations at affordable prices.
My name is James Tinker. I'm co-owner of Black River Beads and Pottery in historic downtown Pocahontas, Arkansas. We do glass beads, jewelry, pottery, glass blowing. My wife and myself do the majority of the work in the gallery, the glass beads, glass blowing, pottery. We have a few other artists from the area in the store represented. We're located in the historic City Hall and jail, built in 1939 and was used as such until the early 70s. We kept the jail majority intact. We have our glass blowing studios and pottery studios back in the jail cells. We're located on the banks of the Black River. The business is a European-style business where we work and operate the business downstairs and have an apartment upstairs. You can find us online at blackriverbeads.com, on Facebook under Black River Beads, and on Etsy at Black River Beads. And you can call us at 870-248-0450. We are open Sunday through Friday and closed on Saturdays.
Welcome to Carol's Variety Store. I'm Carol. If you've not been in before, I want you to know that I feature fudge, 6 or 7 flavors made right here in the area, as well as 4 flavors of English toffee. I have all these shelves full of Arkansas-made products. All of my wall art, crafts, and quilts are made by people locally. This is a variety store, and I have an enormous variety of items. Some new, some used, a lot are collectible. I also have another room here full of used and antique furniture. I have a lot of customers and visitors come in from out of state, some from out of the country, often wanting information on Pocahontas. They will be here a few days. They want to see and do everything they can. They're impressed by the historic events that have occurred in Pocahontas. On one evening a month, the stores downtown have, we call it Stroll Downtown. The stores are all open from 6 to 8 p.m. and there's sidewalk sales in front of the stores. Many of the store owners have snacks and little treats to give people, sale items, and we have a real good turnout for the monthly stroll. I'm located on the east side of the historic downtown Courthouse Square, right across from the courthouse. I'm in a building that's possibly the oldest in Pocahontas. It was built prior to the Civil War. When the Yankees came to Pocahontas, they set their headquarters up in this building. The upstairs of this building was a hotel, and they used the whole building. They burned every other building in town, including the courthouse. As you might have seen in the video, this is very old. I left it open like this so people could see how things were constructed over 150 years ago. Here in Randolph County is an endangered species, the Ozark Hellbender salamander. This is the only place in the world that these still live in 11 Point River here in this county, which has 5 navigable rivers. They only remain in 11 Point River. And we do what we can to make awareness of these special Hellbender salamanders and do what we can to protect them. I have a paper mache replica for photo ops. And in the spring, we have a festival that includes Save the Hellbender.
Well, this is great at the Eddie Mae Heron Museum right here in Pocahontas. Now we're here with Frida Johnson. And Frida, tell us, you told me so much about it a while ago, you got to share some of this with our viewers about how this place came to be and how it came to be on this land. Because it wasn't originally here.
No. See, I really don't know, but I remember the Board of Trustees after the school was here. It wasn't here at first.
Right.
Okay. It was in another location on Schoonover.
Mm-hmm.
Then years ago, in the 1900s, of 1919, this building was built here. It was first a church. Then after it did, it became a schoolhouse. Okay. And it held about 20 students from the 1st grade to the 8th grade.
Now, in segregation days, it's amazing because you told me you actually went to school here.
I went to school here from the 1st to the 4th.
And you said it was a great place to go to school.
Yeah.
You had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Okay, so, now tell us a little bit about all the artifacts on the walls. Now, you were showing me the Board of Trustees, which we're going to show the people here. Okay. Now, the Board of Trustees was the picture in the middle. Tell me about that fella.
I didn't know how much about him, but I do know it's Mr. Taylor, and he was the Board of Trustees. Well, he was more like the superintendent of the church at the time, when it was a church.
Like the head deacon or this, yes. Okay, yeah.
But after it became a school, Pocahontas Public School was the superintendents that we had was from, and the principal was from Pocahontas Public School. We were separated from everybody else.
Yeah. And it's hard for folks today, folks who weren't raised in that time, to even understand segregation.
Well, Darrell, we've had a wonderful day here in Pocahontas. There's so much to see and do here that you never just would know that by the surface.
It's true.
Well,
that happens a lot, don't it? I mean, it's like you drive by a community daily, And even the people that live here sometimes overlook some of these great things. Isn't that terrible?
This is exactly what happens. Many people do not realize what the assets that they have here in our local town area, but it's something that we are enjoying, and we want to expand it to other tourists as they come into our area here.
Right, and you know, in the Ozark Gateway region itself, not just Pocahontas, but all over Lawrence County and beyond, wouldn't you say that a person could probably explore this a whole summer and never have to leave our area and find new things?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the stay-home vacation has become quite popular now, and we find it's very important in our area here.
With gas prices the way they are, I'm telling you what, I'm too tired. I know I'm going to stay home this summer and see everything we got to do. And now tell us a little bit about the reconstruction of this caboose. Now, you guys had this donated to you?
No, it was bought by funds that were donated to this purpose here, bought and moved in here. We did have some volunteer help in setting it here, but they are reconstructing the caboose now. There is quite a bit going on inside of it. They're about ready to put the insulation in. It has been rough drafted for electricity at this time. They're going to put the insulation in and put the walls up on it then.
Great, so people will be able to get in there and see what a real live caboose was all about.
They have a couple of seats that they've acquired that have already been reupholstered. They have a brass toilet to go into it as well, as lighting fixtures and so on and so forth. So it's going to be quite an attraction when they get completed.
Well, and we've seen the Arkansas's oldest pharmacy. We've seen the downtown. We've seen one of the many courthouses in Randolph County. And Darrell, you've taken care of us today.
Well, we certainly appreciate you being here, and we certainly want to share it with other people also.
Well, we will. I hope they all watch this and they want to come. If they want to contact anybody here about coming to this area, do you have a website they can go to?
We do have a website. We have the crandolphcounty.com. Also, we have the Randolph County Historic Museum website, and we have 5 RHP, which is 5 Rivers Heritage and Preservation Society website also.
So they can go to any one of those and find out all about, or just Google Randolph County.
That is correct.
There's not that many Randolphs in the world. Well, from right here in beautiful Bettis, what is it, Bettis Bluff?
Bettis Bluff at one time.
Bettis Bluff at one time. It's been a great day. I thank you so much for your time. I know Laura thanks you.
Laura.
And we'll see you next time on Discover Arkansas, Ozark Gateway Region.
Yeah. Very good.
Discover Arkansas Ozark Gateway Region, paid for by a combination of state and Ozark Gateway Region funds.
The preceding program was paid for by the Ozark Gateway Tourism Council.